Hello everyone, welcome to Step Tencer Yoga. I'm super excited to practice with you. On the agenda for today, we have Iyengar Yoga for abdominals and core strength. Okay, it's going to be a good practice, fun practice, strong practice. Not the practice I would suggest if you are a raw beginner, but fun. And yeah, let's get to it. Okay, I thought we would start with some fast dynamic movements, just get right into it. Okay, so the first sequence here, you'll start in Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, raise your arms up, and then sit back into Utkatasana. Okay, from Utkatasana, separate your knees, reach forward for Malasana. Okay, and then from here, sit your buttocks on the floor, take hold of your big toes, and lift up for Ubhaya Padangusthasana. Okay, pull back against yourself, pause here, find the pause, and then from Ubhaya Padangusthasana, Paripurnanavasana. Okay, hold it there for a couple breaths. Okay, and then from here, cross your legs, place your hands in front, and jump back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, and then from here, jump forward and come back up. Okay, lower your arms and pause here. Okay, shall we go again? Same thing. Okay, Urdhva Hastasana, raise your arms up. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Malasana, reach forward, get those armpits down, reach the buttocks back a little bit. Okay, then buttocks right down to the floor, hold your big toes, find the balance, Ubhaya Padangusthasana. Pull back against yourself. From here, Paripurnanavasana. Again, find the pause. And then this time cross with the other leg in front, place your hands and jump back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look up, bend your knees and jump forward, Urdhva Hastasana, Tadasana. Okay, now I want to give you, a few different options here, things that you can play with in your own practice. But of course, by all means, you can just repeat the one that we just did. That's a perfectly fine option. To me, this next one is a little bit harder. I'm kind of upping it a bit. So just keep that in mind. But it starts the same way. Okay, so let's begin. Element of surprise is always good, right? Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, Utkatasana, sit down, sit back. Okay, Malasana, reach forward, and then buttocks on the floor, take hold of your big toes, and again, Ubhaya Padangusthasana. Straighten your legs, press those knees away, and then again, sit tall, sacrum in, back ribs in. Be here for a moment. Okay, Paripurnanavasana. Find it, hold it there. Feel what's happening, those core muscles, right? Okay, now from here, cross your legs, plant your palms, but this time, can you come forward into Chaturanga Dandasana? And then from Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, and then again, jump forward and come back up. Lower your arms down, Tadasana. Okay, shall we go again? You don't have so much of a choice here, really, right? Okay, let's go. Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, Utkatasana, Malasana, Ubhaya Padangusthasana, Paripurnanavasana. Yes, and then again from here, cross and Chaturanga Dandasana. Buttocks down, thighs up, chest forward, reach into your heels. Okay, then from here, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and jump back, and then release. Okay, so I showed two different leg positions there for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. You can have the toes tucked under, you can jump to the top of the feet. Just go with it. Figure out when you're going through these dynamic poses, excuse me, when you're going through these sequences where you're moving from one pose to the other, you want to find a bit of a flow, right? I mean, there's challenge there. You want to have integrity as you're doing the movements, but see what works better for you. Okay, so you can repeat those. I'm going to give you time to just go through either the last sequence that we just did, jumping back into Chaturanga Dandasana, or the previous one, you can jump right back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. But just take time, let's go through it 2 more times. So you can do it with me, you can be at your own pace, figure it out, but let's just take a little bit of time to repeat these. Okay, so again, Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, and then bend, Utkatasana. Malasana, Ubaya Padangustasana, Paripurnanavasana. And then jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then jump back, Urdhva Hastasana. And then let's go right again. Utkatasana, Malasana, Ubaya Padangustasana, Paripurnanavasana, and then Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, Uttanasana. Okay, and then come back up and Tadasana. Okay, for this next one, we're going to begin in Adho Mukha Svanasana. And again, there's some dynamic movement here, but we'll be honing in on some of those deep core muscles, hoping to get them firing in a good way. Okay, so this is what it looks like here. I mean, you can get into your Adho Mukha Svanasana however you like. Yeah, just have your hands, give yourself some good width there between your wrists. And then lift up and back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, find the good distance, what works for you. And then from here, you're going to jump forward and land in Swastikasana. Okay, so from here, I bend my knees, I jump, and then immediately come up into Paripurnanavasana. Okay, then you're going to cross your legs, place your hands on the floor, and jump back into your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, so it's, in the same vein of what we've been doing, but we're just targeting these, 3 poses. Okay, so you're going to repeat that. So again, jump forward, land, lift up, Paripurnanavasana, cross, and jump back. And ideally, you're going to start changing the way that you're crossing your legs, right? We keep switching it out. And jump back, and then just see how many rounds here can you go. I'm definitely a little more adept with one crossing versus the other. Okay, but just keep trying, keep playing with it, and see where you end up. Okay, now if you're having trouble, you can keep going. If you're on a roll, keep going forward and back. If you're having trouble getting the lift off, right, you want to practice. So you're here like this. Notice that I'm not keeping my hands by my hips. I'm cheating a little bit. I mean, it will depend a little bit on how long your arms are, but go a little forward, right? Go forward. Go a little forward, and maybe you have to go in steps. Maybe you have to step. That's totally fine, right? See, you could play with it a bit. From here, and jump. Okay, and jump. Okay, you can break it down just like this, right? So you land with the feet crossed, and then push the floor. Those of you who are familiar with the bandhas, we're looking for that as well, right? Mula bandha, Uddiyana bandha. Find that shape, and jump back. Okay, if you can go all the way through, land on your buttock bones, and you can balance first with knees bent. Maybe that's as far as you go. And then You can work on your Paripurnanavasana. And jump back. Okay? So you can go carry on with this for a little bit longer. You can pause. You can kind of figure out what's the appropriate amount of time for you. Okay, we're gonna slow it down a little bit. Although it is a targeted practice, so for core, for abdominals, that is the area that we're focused on. So don't get too excited by the fact that I'm gonna lie down, okay? We're gonna go for Jatara Parivartanasana. So you'll see I have my mat set up a particular way, lengthwise here, and I'm gonna lay down so that my armpits here are just lined up with the top edge of the mat, here like this. Okay, roll the shoulders down your back, shoulder blades down your back, and just be here for a moment. Okay, now the palms face upward. You can broaden your collarbones, roll your shoulders down, and then just press the back of the hands into the mat. Okay, with your knees bent, draw your knees towards you and squeeze your legs together. Okay, from the outer legs here, draw into the midline. For right now, just let your ankles be soft, right? No need to flex them, just let them be soft, squeeze into the midline. Okay, now Jatara Parivartanasana is a twist. The knees are gonna go in one direction, but the abdomen is gonna roll away from the knees, okay? So bringing your knees up towards your chest, exhale, and now reach your knees over to your right side. Roll your left shoulder down and slide those left fingers away, 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 away. Now with your right leg, push up into your left leg, and then from your left buttock, go over without losing that left shoulder. Now, if that shoulder is really coming up, what's nice about this setup is that you can also take hold of the mat and kind of get a little tension there, right? Grip the mat, push the mat away, and see if you can get that shoulder down. Now, knees go to the right, and from the base of your abdomen, roll back to the left. Okay, keep your head in the center the whole time here. Resist your right leg up into your left leg and bring those knees nice and high up towards your right elbow. All right, and then inhale, come back up. Just find your center. Okay, sometimes the pelvis gets torqued, you know, things move in this position, so you might want to just put your feet on the floor, lift your head, take a look, see what's going on, and ensure that you're straight still. Okay, and then again, second round. Okay, broaden your collarbones, roll your shoulder blades down your back, those shoulder corners down. Okay, and now you sort of have to keep your mind on the right side, right shoulder especially, right wrist there down, even though in a second the legs are going to come up and over to the left. Okay, so squeeze your legs together, lift them up. From your outer legs, draw into the midline and make these two legs become kind of like one big leg. Okay, resist this leg, left leg up into the right leg. Okay, then maintaining your right shoulder very strongly down, knees up and go over. Resist that left leg up into the right leg. Roll your right shoulder down, and then from your right buttock, come over. So it's almost like you're trying to stack your right hip over the left one, and then from your low abdomen, turn back. Turn from left to right, and hold it there. Be there. Notice I'm not just sinking, I'm not on the ground, right? That bottom leg has to really push up. Resist, and then climb the top leg over the bottom leg. Head in the center, roll the abdomen to the right, even though knees are going to the left. Okay, inhale, come back up. Lower your legs down, breathe. Find your center here. Take a minute. Okay, now you can repeat this. I am going to show one way to take it a little bit further, but I will preface it, especially folks if you have low back vulnerability, you may want to stay with that bent leg variation because we're going to go for straight. But you know, you see what's appropriate for you. Okay, so phase next is gonna look like this. Okay, we come to exactly, actually I'll show on this side first, just so that you can see where we're headed here. You're gonna go exactly to where we left off here. This bottom leg is resisting up into the top leg, okay, and the opposite shoulder stays down. But I've lifted the knees as close to the chest as possible, and then from here, unfold the legs to straight. Unfold, unfold. Resist the bottom leg, and then can you reach that top leg over? Okay, and then bend and come back up. Okay, yeah, see how this feels. I feel it in all sorts of different places. Okay, so Jatara Parivartanasana, not quite the classical presentation, but going from bent to straight here. Okay, so you're straight, see where you're at, and then let's go to the right first. Okay, shoulders down, shoulder corners down, and again, you can stay gripping the mat. Okay, I'll show that this time. You can grip the mat, you can have your palms, back of the hands down. Okay, either one, both are good. Okay, and then squeeze the legs together, raise your legs up. Now coming first to the bent leg, Jatara Parivartanasana, anchor your left shoulder, reach your knees up and over to the right side, resist the bottom leg there into the top leg, and from your left sacrum, reach over, and then vigorously push the rubber or reach your fingernails, right, on the left side to anchor that shoulder. Okay, turn the abdomen to the left, even though knees are going to the right, and then resisting that bottom leg, slowly, slowly start to unfold your legs to straight. Hold it, abdomen to the left, reach your feet over to the right, and extend that top leg even more. Okay, bend the legs, come back up, pause, lower your legs down. Just make sure you're straight, take a second here. And we'll go for the second side. Okay, do all the preparation you know by now. Collarbones broad, shoulder corners down, extend into your wrists, and then lift your knees up. Okay, from your outer legs, draw into the midline, resisting your left leg, the bottom leg, up into the top leg, up and over, all the way over. All the way over, and then push the rubber away, reach your fingers away on the right side, right? Knees to the left, turn your abdomen to the right. From your right buttock, come over, let that hip come with you, even though the abdomen is turning back to the right. Hold it there, be there, and then slowly start to unfold your legs, find it. Resist the bottom leg into the top leg, right buttock to heel, reach, turn the abdomen to the right, and then release, come back up, and lower your feet down. Pause here. Okay, so this is kind of like a train with different stops, right? So you can repeat any of the stops that we've just done. You can do bent knees to the side, you can do bent to straight, either side, or we can go for the final presentation of straight legs up and over. Okay, so one last attempt here, Jatara Parivartanasana. From here, raise your legs up like Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Okay, from the outer legs, draw into the midline, and here you're gonna take your legs up and over, right? So we're gonna go to the same side here. So let's go to the right, okay? From the outer legs in, and then take your legs up and over to the right side, okay? But then check in with your left shoulder. Roll that shoulder down. Roll it down, reach your legs to the right, reach your feet for your right wrist, and from the sacrum on the top leg there, go over. Turn the abdomen to the left, but legs to the right. Resist that bottom leg, don't let it hang on the floor. And then come back up. Find your center, Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. And then going to the left side. Roll your right shoulder down, push the rubber with your right wrist, or reach those fingers away, whichever presentation you're doing. And now legs up and over to the left. Okay, resist the bottom leg, the left leg into the right, And from your right buttock to the heel, extend, extend. Turn the abdomen. Roll that right shoulder down more. Reach into that wrist. And then come back up. Breathe. Okay, bend your knees. Place your feet down. Lower your hands and just take a few breaths here. Okay. I want to take you through one more sequence here. And what I've got here is just a flat brick, okay? A flat brick underneath my sacrum. And we're gonna go for, almost like a mini Setu Bandha, just a small, small lift there. Okay, so knees bent. Let's work for right now with the palms facing down. Okay, so you can press down, roll your shoulders back, and then press into your feet and lift up. Okay, still you want to roll those shoulders under, use your heels and lift the midline of your buttock up. Roll the thighs in. Okay, and then just hold it here for a moment. Take a few breaths. And then lower yourself down. Okay, and you're going to repeat this a couple of times. Now I'm sort of exposing here my own vulnerability, meaning, I don't know if it's a vulnerability, but a challenge in my body. Okay, lifting up in this position is just really, really hard. Okay, so I do have a vulnerability in my low back and a spinal fusion, so there's metal in there that causes some limitations. So I'm showing and I'm starting with this flat brick, but you may end up, you could maybe lift your hips really, really high, and maybe you want to start with a higher brick, right? You can turn it up a notch or maybe even all the way up. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to you to experiment, but I'm going to show the full sequence here just with the flat brick. And then in your own time or whenever you like, you can explore and see what's best for you. Okay, but so let's carry on here. Press your palms down, roll your shoulders back, press into your feet, and then exhale and lift up. Lift up. Okay, use the power of your arms to shape your chest, and then press into your feet to shape your chest even more. Okay, move the midline of the buttock up, and then release down. Okay, one more time here. Press into your feet, press into your hands, and lift up. Roll onto the top of your shoulders. Keep the thighs rolling in, mid-buttock up, open the front of your groins, and be here. Abdomen, right? There's a softness still, but those deep abdominal muscles are engaged. And then slowly release. Okay, just side note here. I do remember after a very intense backbending class, the next day feeling my abdominal muscles like unbelievably, and I was so confused. I couldn't figure out how did they turn on like that. But when you are arching back, there are these deep abdominal muscles that get turned on. Okay, so something to be mindful of, to look for. Okay, so maybe we'll access them here. So this is where we're going to go next. Okay, you can bring your legs together, and again, this is within the realm of reason for you. Make sure that your back feels okay, that your knees feel okay, but you can bring yourself narrower, and then again, and I would also experiment too with lifting on the inhale, lifting on the exhale. I have done it both ways, and sometimes I find one way works better, other times another way. Okay, so lift yourself up, and then from here, see if you can raise one leg off the ground, okay, and hold it. And then see if you can extend the leg. And don't let it get heavy, reach up into that heel. Lift the buttock from that heel. Hold it, and then release, place the foot down, still stay lifted off the block, and then lower yourself down, and pause. Okay, Ekapada, Setu Bandha, Sarvangasana, sort of. Okay, and then let's go for the second side. So again, press into your feet, press into your palms, roll your shoulders back, lift here. Use your legs, open your chest. Press your palms, open your chest too. Okay, now turn the front of the thighs in, mid-buttock up, and then see. Can you raise one leg up? Hold it, and then unfold the leg. Reach into that lifted heel, reach. From that heel, lift the buttock, and then release. Foot comes down, stay lifted, and then lower down again, and pause. Okay, a few breaths, see how you are. Decide. Okay, do you want to give this one more go here at the same height, or do you feel you might be able to turn it up a notch? Okay, now if this is, if you're experienced, you've done this a million times, you know how you like to do it, go ahead. Okay, but if this is a new sequence for you, maybe a new movement in your body, I do recommend having the broad brick underneath you. Okay, and even if you were going to turn it long ways, you could put 2 bricks, right? So that you still have some evenness here for the pelvis. Okay, you can use 1, you could use 2. There's a million different ways it could be done. Okay, so let's give it one more round. You decide what's the right height for you. And let's go. Okay, press into your feet, roll your shoulders down, and then lift up. Chatushpadasana. Okay, lift up. Okay, and then here, raise one leg up, hold it, and then extend. Reach into that lifted heel. From that heel, lift the buttock. Reach. Turn the front of your left thigh in, reach up into your right heel. And then release. Stay lifted, and then lower down. Okay, second side. One last attempt here. And lift up. Okay, use the power of your heels. Press those feet, open your chest. Press the feet, roll onto your shoulders more. Okay, and then if you can, you walk your legs a little together. It's a bit precarious for me, so I'm not going to. Okay, and then you raise one leg up. Hold it. Unfold the leg, reach into the lifted heel, hold it there. Use your hands, press, roll those shoulders. And then release, lower down, keep the lift, and then slowly release. That left side is not my friend in this pose. However, I still love my left side, right? We have to get to know our bodies in different ways. That's the beauty of this yoga practice. Okay, now to end, what I like to show for you is Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. You can stay on your brick and then extend your legs. And actually, I do find if I can just put myself right up against the wall, I quite like it. Okay, so heels touching, turn the front of the thighs in, knees and thighs down, roll your shoulders under, and arms to the side. And just let yourself settle here. Okay, let the abdomen be soft, find the length, find the breadth, right, the width as well, and be here. And now you're more than welcome to stay in the Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. You can end with it, or you can bend your knees and bring yourself to a flat Shavasana. Okay, just lift your hips, remove the brick, and then adjust. Okay, so here you might want to move a little bit back from the wall if you're at the wall, so that the wall won't interfere with your legs. And then just let everything, I'm still a little close. Okay, just let everything go. Let your legs be heavy, your arms be heavy. Let all 4 limbs just sink deep, deep into the ground. Okay, as your arms descend, find that lift, that sense of vibrancy that comes to the chest. And as your legs drop more and more into the ground. Find that softness that comes to your abdomen. And release any tension in your face and just breathe. Okay, thank you very much for today. I hope to see you on the mat again soon.